Okay, was Dean Jordan. He's the first president of the company, of the club. He actually started the club, didn't you? Yeah, yeah. So been around 24 years because it started 2000. Yeah. Charter member. Who else is a charter member around here? Yeah. You was on chapter.
I was pretty close to the start, but that's the first. Yeah. So Dale, was it 90 or 91 that I came up to your house and bought that Nova lathe? 90? Our club must have our old. Yeah, you had to bolt that lathe down to the ground. It's just aluminum. But it was a good one.
Yeah.
The first lathe will always be your cheapest. They just get more expensive. My first one was Woodturners lathe that my grandfather had when I was 11 years old.
I got an old shopsmith. Somebody gave me. I actually gave me two, and then I got a Montgomery Wards. Anyway, so I guess we'll get this show on the road. Dean's on up for metal spinning and pewter casting. So
yeah, I'm gonna just do a little bit on the metal spinning because it's technically hard and it's dangerous. You know, they used to have that saw stop guy. He would come around to shops and demonstrate their saw stop thing, and he would run a hot dog into the blade and it would stop before it went on. If I ran a hot dog on this thing, it would just slice it right off. So you do have to be careful. And when you do these, it makes sharp edges, so, and you don't want them coming out and flipping around. Because one of the things that you have to do is turn this at least 2,000 RPM. Because it's all centrifugal force out at the edge here that keeps this from wobbling. And once it starts wobbling and you get wobble marks in there, you're done. You know, you just start over again. Now these are aluminum discs. They're okay to spin. Reason I use them is they're cheap, and if I screw it up, I don't care if I throw one away. They have pewter. You can get pewter discs, and they cost about 5 times as much as aluminum discs do. Online, I can't remember well. Roto Metals, I think was the one. And copper. This copper's a little thick. It's probably 28 gauge or so.
Excuse me, Dean. I'm sorry. Can you bring that, can the mic either come up or we're gonna have to switch over? The guys out on Zoom land can't hear.
Dean, you're saying 28 gauge is too thick?
What?
You said 28 gauge is too thick?
Yeah, it's pretty thick. I'll pass it around.
Yeah, can you get it on your collar?
Well, let me get it on here.
You can get it on.
How do you know when it's on?
you have to hold the button until two little blue lights.
Oh, did it?
Is it on now?
Oh, did it get turned off? Maybe that's
I don't know. Here. I'll just talk louder for a minute.
Here, use mine. Here.
Yeah, here.
Dean, use mine.
Got one too. Try to connect that over your collar.
Do any of you guys remember David Niven? Yeah. He was the only demonstrator I knew that never needed a microphone. He was great. So anyway, for copper, you have to anneal it. Is it working okay now? And annealing it is you have Okay, so I'm gonna trim this down a little bit, and I just use all these new fancy carbide tools. So the diamond tip one. So for cutting it, you don't want to spin it at 2200 RPM, so. And aluminum will gall on carbide, so you have to, if you have an edge on it, you just wipe the aluminum off and go back to it. And you can feel a little edge on there, so. I'm not gonna do much of this. This should be the easiest part. Well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I got another tool I can use. This is stainless, this is steel, not carbide. That's supposed to do that. So there's not much surface area there to hold that. That's the problem I'm having. That should be. There we go. Plus, this will be hot. It's one of those backwards chucks. So this is the form that I want to use.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Please come in.
It's still hot. Okay. So this needs to be pretty tight. This is called a DOP stick, DOP, and it's just lubricant. So this is what you spin with. This has to be very smooth. If it's coarse, particularly with aluminum, it'll gall the aluminum, and then you're sort of screwed with that. So you have to keep it clean. And you just, I just want to get a little bit. So I got a little bit of a dome in it. This is a back stick, just a stick with a groove in it. And put that around it and turn it in. So you can see it's sort of domed now, and that puts a rigidity on the edge of the aluminum as it's spinning. And I can still screw it up, so. So you want this below center. Press fairly hard. Now what you're doing is you're actually molding the aluminum. You're not just bending it. It's actually changing form. And you go to the edge and back. And you keep. So I got a little galling there, and you can tell the difference. So again, you want to keep it below center, and just lay it down on the form. But I'm only going 16. That's the problem. Yeah, this is much better. So you keep going on that, and this is what you end up with. Some reason I can't do it in front of a bunch of people. And that's gonna be the top. Everyone wants to know, well, what do you do with this stuff? You know, this is gonna be a top to a birdhouse Christmas tree ornament.
Can you show that to the camera there? The one overhead camera? People we have out on Zoom. So yeah, so the lid becomes part of the,
Is that it?
yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So there is a function for this stuff. But I don't think I'm gonna get it tonight.
It appears you're actually pushing that in towards the center as much as you are.
You push it down, you wanna lay it right on this form. So
So you actually have.
I brought the wrong chuck. I didn't bring a chuck tonight. And there's a special tool rest that you use that has an upright on it that you can lever against, which I don't even ask. But yeah, I can keep going on this, but it's gonna be just like that.
Whichever you want to do.
I want to get to the pewter.
Okay.
So the pewter is the easiest to spin because it's so much more moldable. The aluminum second, brass is third, and you can that me? So this is a little thin for spinning. And the problem with that is you make these flowers that I call them, which there must be some use for them. I mean, you got to be able to do something with those, you know. I thought doing a cactus and putting them on.
Thank you.
I'm going to pass it around. I'm going to pass it around. Everyone can see it.
The people on Zoom want to see it.
Oh, people. Oh, that's right. I'm
That's what the
sorry.
camera's for. Just get that.
So these are actually failures, but they're pretty cool little things.
What caused the failure?
When the metal's real thin and you're putting pressure on it, it starts to wobble at the edge. And like I said, once you get a wobble, you can't make it go away. You have a back stick that will help. You can put your back stick against the back of this as it's turning. It's not very tight. And that'll help prevent the wobble. But you're doing your back stick, you're doing this. And I can't do that without the tool I should have, the steady rest with holes drilled in it for uprights. So, because you need two hands to do that. And these are the uprights that go in the steady rest. It's all pretty heavy duty. But you can get things like this where you want to put it on a top or something like that. This is just sort of dirty and stuff, but you can shine these up pretty well with just steel wool. It looks pretty good. And then there's some special techniques you can get for doing compound curves. So on this would have two pieces of wood with screws in it. I would turn it, spin it, take the screws out, and then you'd have two different curves. These are good for things like this. You know, just, this is too big for that, but. So there are things that you can do with this technique, but it's not easy. Have you tried it, Dale? Yeah.
I turned aluminum on my lathe when I need to part or something. You can turn aluminum, even mild steel.
Yeah. Some of us just don't realize our limitations in time, so. So the thing I really want to show tonight is, yes. For something like this, I would just use a heavy super glue. Sometimes if you turn compound curves like this is, I leave the wood in there and I just glue the wood on. Because you can't get it out of there. You know, it's just wrapped intimately around it. This is really hard, the turning, getting these compound curves. I'm not sure what I do with it. Make a lid or something. Okay, let's change grooves here. Anything's fine with me.
Okay, so take about 10-minute break and
Hey, see you, Dale. I'll be up there.
All right, excellent. Yeah.
Gonna find a bed and breakfast somewhere.
Good.
Go. All right. Take care. What do you think? Is that how your spinnings come out?
I've never done anything like that.
Huh?
I do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one's okay.
Anyway, that's why I put that over there.
Okay, like I said, if you want brown
Oh,
brown bag tickets, go see Jim.
It's not quite.
And while
I
you got
guess
this
it's
little
okay.
break,
I didn't get the metal rolled down very good.
Joyce gave me an invite for you guys to go to the
What'd you make?
first Friday
What'd you
art
make?
walk
Yes,
at the New Zone
Oh, you
Gallery.
made that?
yeah,
11,
No, you
18.
didn't.
yeah, I had it over here to show. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Turn this off. How do you turn it on?
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, so it's the first Friday art walk. It's a New Zone Gallery. It's 11th and Oak Street in Eugene. Free food, wine, and beer and music. So, and that's first Friday of every month. First Friday of every month. Yeah.
Yeah, and wine. It's where Dean shows his work at that gallery.
Yeah. Dean shows his work there.
And we're looking for more wood turners, actually.
Yeah, they're looking for,
No gaps, no count.
so, all right, I didn't even look what time it was. Well, while I'm waiting for this, while you're sitting here, I got a email from or actually a cell phone call from a gal. She has a hickory tree that had dropped a limb, and they said it's like 2 feet across. And they want to know if we want it. She wants to sell it, so, but if you want to get in touch with her, I got her number. I'll put it down an email tomorrow. And then sitting here, a friend of mine just texted me or called me. He's got a 60-foot cedar tree coming down tomorrow. So if anybody interested in cedar, no, a friend of mine does. He's got a 60-foot cedar tree coming down tomorrow, and he said it's for almost 5 feet at the base, 4.5, I think. If you're interested, or maybe have some of your guys interested in that wood, let me know. I can have it set aside for you in this front yard. He lives out in Thurston area. So if anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll put that out in the email too.
I brought one of those machine rollers.
Yeah.
And, for sale, I wanted $50 for it.
Okay, it's a machine dolly, 4 wheels. It's over here behind Jim.
It's a mobile base.
It's a nice one too.
It's 23 by 25 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Big base.
Oh,
I don't want to take it home.
Yeah. So if you want that, negotiate with Jay there.
I thought it was worth $50.
It looks heavy duty.
It's about $100
At least, yeah,
item.
yeah.
It's not thin metal either. It's nice heavy duty metal.
So, anybody else got anything to sell or get rid of, or? So if you want any of that wood or anything, let me know, and I'll. Oh, you sold that planer or that joiner? I looked at it. Oh, my wife said, you want that for your birthday? I said, I don't have room. Oh. All right, so it hasn't been 10 minutes yet, but, so let's go ahead and do the brown bag ticket. Jim brought the brown bag.
Everybody has a ticket that wants one.
You don't get one, right?
They're free.
I know, you don't get one.
I don't. I could have bought one.
Yeah, he runs the show. Yeah.
Timo, let me do it anymore because he had.
You want in on it? This is the brown bag. You're not familiar with the brown bag? Yeah, the brown bag is the drawing you do each month. I've got it each month. I've got it $3, but a brown bag. You wrap it up. You don't know what's in there till you get it. And then if you win the brown bag, you have to do the same thing for next month.
You have to
put
bring this.
something in.
Something
And
you
it can be a
made.
different size bag, it can be, you know, it's just your choice. If you win, you went in.
I guess so.
What's your name? No, your first name.
Logan.
Logan? Okay, I'll put you in.
Yeah. What do you make on your leg? Huh, cool. That's all.
No, you just drew it.
Ralph!
No way.
Oh, draw it again.
No, he's gone, what, 5 years without getting anything, and this year he's gotten 3?
big guy.
What a beat. Drum roll, please.
Tear the bag up, bro.
Oh, cool. Hmm.
And the mushroom, I'll pass it around, look at it.
You think?
Box sack. What'd you do?
They set, they had to cut the bone, set the shortness, stuff, deacon stuff.
Good, you got it done. Good. Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready, Dean. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I know. My daughter's wild. Her friend down there, half her liver, and they're both cancer, just cancer. She's- The liver grows back. It was amazing. We just did it in November, back in Rochester. It's been pretty crazy, 2 years. She's only 14, but that kind of stuff. I didn't know livers regenerate. I knew that kind of, but.
Arthritis in my thumbs and they catch it.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
little bone
they,
out, throw it away.
don't they make like a little fold or something?
Yeah, then they cut up your arm, you take a piece, the shape a piece off your tendon. Stuff it back in.
Yeah, I had a friend who had that done. Just helps a lot because that arthritis there. Dean used to do that kind of surgery. Oh, her hand out there, for balance. Where'd you have it done?
Slocum, Dr. Bear. He's done. Trigger finger.
Your knee and hip next. Down the road.
Shoulder.
Oh, and he fixed it. Yeah. He did have that shoulder back. Probably lifting all that wood and, you know. Oh, I'm supposed to pass it around? I think that's cute. We gotta get Dean hooked up again.
Ready? Okay. Okay, let's come back to order. Dean's ready to go.
Okay.
Is this pewter or what?
That's pewter. And
Okay,
pewter
let's
is,
get back to it.
pewter is
Guys.
basically tin with bismuth added. It used to be tin and lead. Not anymore.
Joel,
Tin. I get that from Roto Metals. What's that? Yeah, it's not bad. It's $7 a pound, maybe something like that. I could be wrong. I bought like 30 pounds and I still have 25.
Joel. We're back on. We're back on. I don't know.
So I'm having to resize this because I didn't bring my chuck.
Are they all falling?
It still needs to be smaller. At least I brought one tool that works. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a pewter foot and a pewter rim on this bowl. It's sort of a plain bowl. This is monkey puzzle I got from Dick, wherever he went there. But we'll see how it works. So I like to do the top rim first. Yes,
What's the makeup of pewter?
pewter is tin and bismuth. It's about 90% tin and 10% bismuth.
What's bismuth?
It's a soft metal. They give it to you when they take an X-ray and shit, so it's pretty safe. It used to be, yeah, there's bismuth and pepto-bismuth. So it used to be tin and lead, but that's sort of deadly, so they don't do that anymore. So I just want to know where my rim is there.
It's the one that's the one.
And two.
And I don't know if you noticed, but I turned a tenon. On this bowl. Because I want something for the pewter to hold on to. So I don't know if you can see it here, but I've come in a little more than 1/16 of an inch on either side. And that'll give the glue something to hold on to so it'll stay on there. So this is going to be my outside. The rim's on an eighth of an inch, and then I have another 1/16 there. So I'm going to go about 1/4 of an inch here. And I'm gonna go down a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. All right, so that looks pretty good. Maybe a little deeper. Now I can melt that pewter. Oh, no. I think it'll be okay. You want to melt this? No? Okay.
Stand to your right.
Huh?
You stand on that side, I'm gonna try to get there with the camera.
Well, I was hoping someone could help me do this because it's gonna be like watching glue paint dry or something. So pewter melts at about 700 degrees. Anybody want to melt pewter for me here?
Just melt it, huh?
Just melt it, yep. I gotta try to fix this. No, it's not gonna explode or anything. Yeah, there it goes.
Trying to get it. See. I'm sure.
Well, I'm not supposed to cut through my form here, so. So what I'm gonna do is pour that pewter into here. and then we'll see what happens. Is it melted? Thank you.
Oh, okay.
He's smoking it.
Don't need it.
It's just fine.
Need just a little more. Yeah,
That MDF.
just a minute, just.
Okay, yeah.
With this.
Melanie.
Did you go by weight if you found you needed it?
What was that?
Did you go by weight?
No, no,
More on size, and I didn't get enough here, so, but I think I'll be okay.
Hard already.
What?
That hard already.
No, it's real soft.
You don't want to turn it on right now.
and they just.
Get over here, turn remote control.
Now, usually it sticks okay in here, but sometimes it'll just come loose depending on how hot it was when I poured it. I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes here. So what I'm going to do here is I'll flatten that off, put in a little groove that matches the tenon on my bowl, and then I can glue them together. Once it's glued, then I can reach up the bowl and smooth up the pewter on the outside. That's how it's supposed to go.
Dean, you save the shavings?
What?
You save the shavings?
If they're not real contaminated with wood, because at 700 degrees, there'll still be pieces of charcoal in there. And it makes holes I don't like, so. Pieces like this, I save, I don't want to be too aggressive because I'll pop it out of the slot. Yeah, I don't have enough in there, I don't think, but we'll see what it does here. Well, I need more pewter in here, but I'm not gonna. Want to get down to a smooth part that I can put my groove in there. Uh, Okay, a little more just to get that groove more developed and. So hopefully that's getting glued down there. Find out quickly here. Well, that's not the best. But we'll all have an idea. Hmm. Well, usually this comes right off here,
This is the demo.
but this is a demo.
You don't have 30 people watching.
33, there's 3 out there, Zoom land too.
Well, I didn't get that deep enough.
Using carbide tools to cut that?
What's that?
Using carbide tools to cut that?
Yeah, that's what this is. But the steel tools will cut it too, though.
Hey, Dee, is that pewter polish up nice?
What's that?
Is that pewter polish up nice?
Yeah, this, you'll see it here when,
Does it tarnish?
yes. So what I did wrong here is I didn't make a groove in this pewter big enough to come down all the way on the bowl. So it's, I guess I could, fill it with something or. But you can see how the carbide works on that pewter. Okay. I know when to give up. So like I say, what I didn't do was get this down on the rim enough, but it'll give you an idea of what you can do with the pewter. What's that?
Where do you purchase that truck?
It's a place called Roto Metals online. That's where I get it. You can get pewter. You can also get this is 36 gauge copper that I don't have the time to show you that technique, but
Hey, Dean, Jim first asked, what kind of, are you just using a medium CA or?
yes, a medium CA.
Okay.
So what I do with that copper is that I make a band that'll go around the rim of the bow and sort of coordinate with the pewter. You know, I make a little like a 1/16 of an inch deep by 1/2 inch. And then I, what they call emboss it and put that around. And it's a really nice look. I just don't have it tonight. I don't know what's going on. But I just put that on with double-sided tape. And I've never had it come off for years.
Hey, Dean. Dean, out on Roto Metal's site, there's different pewters that it talks about here. Is there a specific pewter that you use?
I get the pewter that's 10% bismuth, 10 to 5% bismuth.
Okay,
That softens it enough that,
it says something about 2.5 and 1.5, so maybe it's on a different.
yeah, it could be, I could be wrong on that,
Okay.
but you don't want lead in it. In fact, I don't even make it with lead anymore.
Yeah.
Can you go to Goodwill and buy old pewter mugs and use them?
What?
Can you go to Goodwill, buy pewter mugs and melt them down?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I get it,
Is there a way to test for it at home?
it comes in bars about 10 inches long. This is just a slice off the bar.
What do you slice it with?
My bandsaw,
Really?
How long did you say it was?
about 10 inches. I think each bar is like 5 pounds or something like that. So normally, again, on that bowl, I will put a flat bottom hole in here the size of this, turn it to its flat and recess a little, glue it on there, and then you have a pewter foot on your bowl. And it's really a nice look.
But you're saying the only thing wrong with this is you didn't have enough pewter to fill up the hole.
Yeah, I didn't melt enough. That was a technical failure. If I would have had enough, it usually rounds over and then you just shave it down till it's flat. And I don't normally go through the mold either. This piece of wood was too thin. It's just something I grabbed in the shop. But yeah, you do the same thing. You make the hole, fill it full of pewter, cut out a recess the size of your foot, glue that on, and then just turn all the wood away and finish it. It's a real nice shiny foot along with the shiny rim.
How do you prevent tarnish?
What?
How do you prevent tarnish?
From tarnishing? I've not seen it tarnish.
Okay, you said it polishes up nice and tarnish.
It's got bismuth in it and tin. I don't know what I said about tarnish.
Yeah, I just wondered, does it dull over?
I've never seen it tarnish. I've got bowls that look like when I made them.
Silver will tarnish over time, you know? Gold.
It might, I don't know. I just haven't given them enough time. I'm talking 15 years probably. Another 15, I'm not gonna care. What's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So at any rate, yeah, I don't think I have time to do the bottom. And then that band, I make a 1/16 of an inch deep by 1/2 inch groove all the way around. And that's where I put that band in with the double-sided tape and the embossing. And it's really cool. No, you emboss it first. There's special things to embossing. I've got some of the stuff here, actually. Look at stuff. So like there's 1/2 inch wide. This is a roller embossing. I can get that pattern in it. And you have to use like 12 thicknesses of newspaper, or I've got some matting that I use. And these are leather things, and you can just hit those on there, have those all the way around. They're pretty cool. Think I'm done, right?
Thanks, Dean. So
Just shows
I
you
guess it's time
demos
for
don't
show and
always
tell.
go how you want them
I guess, Ron, you're up.
Oh, I'm up.
Yep.
Hey, Ron, can you stay sort of in one spot and then hold the piece of your chest level? So I don't look around this.
to. I'll think. So I have this in brass
You have to run
and
the camera
pewter
then.
and copper. And it comes out looking better than you think.
Yeah.